The Smart Money Woman, Season 2, Episode 3.
Hi, Daddy.
Tam. What?
Daddy Davies. Look at you. You look really nice this morning. Let me tell you, the drip is dripping.
How much?
Oh, Daddy. So you're saying I cannot just give you a compliment again?
You are the true daughter of your father. How much do you want?
Just so you know, I actually think you look nice. But if you insist, Daddy, I was hoping that you could give me 4 million naira.
What do you need 4 million naira for?
Oh, Daddy, calm down now. So the thing is, Zuri's firm is working on this real estate development in Yaba. And the girls and I were just thinking of the possibility of buying 1 or 2 units. Just something we can own together so we can earn rental income. But the thing is, each of us have to drop like 4 million for the initial deposit. Daddy.
I thought you were a fashion designer. When did you start doing stand-up comedy?
Daddy.
Don't daddy me. If you want to buy into real estate, go and get a real job. Stop all those your obioma going up and down.
You know what? I'm doing this morning.
Can you imagine? At 32, we're still giving her money?
Fuck Daddy Davies. Tami asks her dad for money, something she always does without incident. This time, it does not go well. For some reason, he blows up on her. I don't know if it's because she's asking for money to invest in that apartment she's buying with the girls. He's always given her money. In fact, in season 1, after Ladon's father-in-law, Chief Whoever, died, he told Tami not to worry about money. He'd take care of her until she got married. So what's this about turn? Is it because it's an investment? I don't know. It was very perplexing to me. As hard as I've thought about it, I don't get it. Then he says to his wife, quote, at 32, we're still giving her money? End quote. This is supposed to shame Tami, and by extension, all people who are of adult age who are supported financially in any way by their parents. I've heard jokes as recently as this morning from Crony Production, and it's not just them, making fun of adults who need financial support. In the skit, these 2 men tell their cousin who's asking them for money that his mother, their aunt, is the older sibling, so it is she who should be feeding them all. When are we going to stop pretending that we live in a meritocracy where people get what they deserve? When are we going to stop pretending that age has anything to do with how much money someone has? There is a child somewhere who can barely walk, who, as we speak, is richer than I will ever be in my wildest dreams.
Sending money back home or to your extended family is such a common African practice that I absolutely hate. I saw my dad doing it, and I don't even know any of my extended family. I saw him doing it with his brothers, with his sisters, with his grandparents, parents, like everyone in the family. As long as you have a job, they expect you to share that money accordingly. And that is just something I will not be participating in. I already knew I would never participate in this. Like, how do you come and tell me, oh, my kids are starving? Yeah, they're starving because you're fucking lazy. Get off your ass, get a job, and feed your kids. And also, there's this one like extended family member of ours, and she used to ask my dad for money, and she texted me, and she asks me for money. You've been asking my dad for money since before I was born. I was raised, I grew up. Now you're asking me for money. You lazy son of a bitch. I am not fitting your habits. Clearly, you're too lazy to be alive. I will let you starve. The fuck?
Remember when Elsa Majimbo came on the internet to bitch about relatives asking her for money? Talking about an aunt of hers who had been poor their whole lives from the time they were children. They were now adults, rich adults, and she was still poor. What was her excuse? Elsa wondered. There is a carelessness with which we treat people that is as astonishing as it is heartbreaking. I know Tami is not one of the poor, but the people watching in Nigeria and elsewhere are, in part, adults who may still require financial support of some kind from their parents or relatives. That shame we're trying to cast on Tami, a fictional character, is landing squarely on them. A Pew Research study found that 45% of young adults, that is those aged between 18 and 34, are completely financially dependent on their parents. 44% of young adults say they received financial help from their parents in the past year. That's the US, so you can be certain the situation is likely worse in Nigeria. Millennials and Gen Z are faring worse than their parents did at their age. They are poorer than their parents were at their age. Their parents could afford to own a home and raise a family in their 20s and early 30s. They didn't need college degrees and did not need two incomes to survive. Among millennials, only 44% are in a job with a higher socioeconomic status than their parents. Compare this to people who were born in the 1930s, for whom the people who did better than their parents was a whopping 70%. Gen Z are overall less likely to own a home, be married, or have children. About a third of Gen Z still live with their parents because they can't afford to live alone, can't afford rent, much less buying homes. Nigeria has a 35% youth unemployment and underemployment rate. These are the people who this film is shaming. People who have come up during harsh economic recessions and global crises, inflation, wage stagnation, non-existent job markets and such. Adults who are not able to live independent adult lives through no fault of their own. What exactly is the value of punching down while centering women earning tens of thousands of dollars annually? What's the point? Who does this serve? Who is this for? No, Arese, who is this for? My God, I can't. Friendly reminder to parents like rich Daddy Davies, you made that person. You owe them. They don't owe you. You brought them to this wretched place where people have to pay to live, to survive. You made that choice, rolled that dice. You're the one who gets to pay the price. If that means financially supporting your adult child, take that money out of your wallet and keep your flappy mouth shut.